still, so he's
Imagine
doing
he
this
pulls it
all
off.
without having to invest a bunch of his own utility, which if MIBR play their cards properly, if he has a nade,
Right,
I mean,
Loud
most
on
notably
defense,
any
MIBR on
type of
attack.
any type of
MIBR
frickin'
just
Pokemon,
got their first map.
he's chilling. Excuse me.
You're gonna get fined for that.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Apologies.
Right
It's Screwface. He got me good yesterday. He just got back in the dome. My bad.
Wait, yeah, I missed this
MIBR
one.
on the attacking side. Dizzy just creeping over, but Rich.
Crunch on. Well, I
Anything
say
to stay
crunch
alive
on
for a
middle.
little bit
There's
longer
4
takes some
people
damage.
duel in middle.
The spike's still sitting really far back as MIBR feeling the map out.
Sadak tanks
Such
some damage.
aggressive ace
Puts on
base
Neon
already
vs Raze
gathered.
on
It is a
Sunset.
retake
So
here
fine
at
at
A,
Beaver.
so I'm wondering if
This is one of the
MIBR are
most.
gonna play
This is one of those
Poke
maps
Plant
where you
a
can
little
just
bit
do
more
what the hell you want,
aggressive,
man.
A little bit more in your face,
I'm fine with
knowing
Raze,
that if they allow
Neon,
Loud to
no
set up,
duelist.
it's pretty much disaster.
I don't really like the Jet, I'll be honest.
And
The Jet's
yeah,
too
Loud
reliant on
already
getting
have an
ups,
idea that
but
this is happening. They re-cleared mid without making any noise, and there's no trip on this flank. Cam is still up in the back of elbow.
Artsine, you can see Spidey senses tingling a little bit. Puts the cam up, turns around, but now understands there's pressure coming in from the other side.
No,
Meanwhile,
man.
Les striking
He
just
should have
fired as hot as Artsine
should have tried and
falls.
tucked in a little bit closer.
They've
Could have
gotten
played
the
a
spike
Rich a bit
down.
better.
But they've lost a couple members along the way. Sadak very weak here.
And yes, MIBR have control of spawn right now, but it's not planted for them. So this space, it's not.
Okay,
the
let's see what the
best
stun
to
is
be
like.
gathered,
Stun,
but they kinda
flash,
have
that's
to.
it.
They're left with no other devices.
Rich
Flash.
is in a really tough spot here. He's gonna have to request help. MIBR has to come back and assist him as Liazzi falls. Paula not able to settle, not able to be steady. Rich on the swing, gets
Ooh,
one with
shots
him.
haven't been
That's
great
all it
yet.
is. Mazine left in a 1v3. Tuiz has already gotten the defuse to half. No real challenge. They've bullied him away from stopping
5,
the defuse.
by the way.
Loud
5
get
out
the
of 5
pistol.
pistols.
That was such a cool pistol round setup from start to finish. That deep camera in elbow, and then a trip basically holding all of lane walk up, and then the protocol to re-walk down mid. It allows for that crunch to happen from the back so well because that late camera that pops up, it basically forces Artsin to be put in such a bad spot. Who are you gonna fight? The Neon behind you with the Gecko, or are you
Right.
gonna run into lane that's not smoked off and there's just 2 players dialed in on you?
Yeah,
So
no, they definitely missed a lot of
nicely
shots
set up
here.
round.
I wonder if
both
they're
of
like
those
nervous for it
options
or not.
There's no good option there, 1000%.
It's tough.
And so Loud with a couple of Bulldogs into this round.
That's a
Tuiz
good
is
start,
already
though.
fallen.
And wait a second.
6
Paulo, who couldn't
HP.
connect
Oh my
any
god, I thought they were gonna get a
of
second.
those sheriff shots in the previous round. He does it this time.
They have
around
camera hit
against
to just
what is
re-clear
pretty
over
much
towards
a full
B.
buy from the side of Loud. And he gets out alive. 6 HP.
Spike drop. But he's still alive and kicking. MIBR slowing things down a little bit. Ooh, almost getting punished there.
How do they want to play the
Snap
low
you with,
HP
again,
here?
a
Because he
50%
could
headshot rate on the last map.
just go for a late
No
lark if
surprise,
he
I mean,
wanted
he was
to.
getting so many of those kills.
Loud have a lot of presence here towards B.
Yeah, the problem right now is if no one breaks this Gecko eye for Sadak, he might
Does
get punished here. We've
less.
seen this happen time and time again. That's a nice entry.
He might, but Kawanzin's able to turn it, hit the fault line just like that. And that's
Oh,
such
they
a good
still
setup.
got the extra kill though. We got to keep an eye on the
Kawanzin's
breach.
position there was perfect.
Breach,
He
give
was
me the
mainly
other breach.
concerned about helping out across the middle of the map, but as soon as there was a hit and there was contact,
and he isn't running.
He could drop the fault line. That delayed the entire hit from MIBR.
Holy hell, they ecoed them.
As all that happened, Liazzi, he took that free real estate up middle, and now he gets that kill. It's a 3v1 for MIBR.
Spike planted.
Pancada with a bulldog in hand, 2 smokes, no flash. None of the members on the side of MIBR have any armor.
Yazzie with the prime. Thank you so
Rich
much,
is
man.
already
Appreciate
down
the
to
18
12
months.
HP. But for Pancada, it's going to take a lot more than just that. And MIBR are so smart with how they're playing this. Look at that. They're not giving him any fights. They're taking big steps back. Understanding that there are safety valves, 3 of them built into this round. And Pancada has no choice but to go hunting and trying to find
With
targets.
that, they know they won the round.
A sidestep of the fall line, but at this point, I mean, it's done.
Wow, and he got the kill at the end.
What a response from MIBR.
In what shots
I mean,
to be
I should probably
landed?
stop celebrating and
That was
try and get a gun,
ridiculous.
but okay.
We gotta see a highlight.
Probably could have
of
got an
all
extra
these
gun there, but
Sheriff
they won the
one
round.
taps
That's the
over.
main thing.
Les, he just got absolutely obliterated. This, oh my gosh. Oh,
That was very
so
nice.
clean. Right here, I thought for a second it was going to be a cosmetic stun moment for sure.
Everyone's too
it
far.
was.
I think they
It
could
definitely
have
was. I mean,
shuffled this last one.
big
Like
shout
if this
out
guy
to
runs over
Liazi
towards here and drops
amongst
the
all
gun
that chaos
close.
that happened at B main to just walk all the
think
way
it might
up
have been
mid,
double.
take all that space, and basically secure
Either
the round
way,
for them.
huge rounds. Less
Less
buys a
the only
hero
one with the
gun.
rifle. Meanwhile, the buy on MIBR side
Might
is
have
so
the chance to do the
nice.
funniest thing, bro. They're on for it. I'm
Full
telling
armor,
you.
full rifles.
Louder not playing well.
Sadok's already down.
Good shot.
Remember, it's only Vandal on the side of Cloud. And it hits the ground.
Spike
It's a
planted.
4v2 just like that.
He's able to scoop things up. But I mean, the problem with this situation right now is MIBR has so many tools to stop any sort of attempt at a sneak deny, or defuse, excuse me.
Shot.
Paul is the first to fall, though. Wingman will help. They don't have any smokes. They don't really have anything to do
And
this.
they
So
spam Wingman? Yes,
MIBR
they
can.
can.
Drop their own smokes and then try to spam through it, and that's exactly what our
Very
team
nicely
does.
done, and they kind of
He gets
demonstrated
three on
already
the
that they
round.
know about smoking
MIBR
themselves
get
off
their
spamming. They've got the
And this is
heretics
an
down.
MIBR that's looking really confident right now.
Yeah, 3 guns into that one as well. Their
First
money's
map,
great.
yeah, it was what it was.
Imagine they
Second
win
map,
this.
They had full control over it. It took them a while to close it out, but they got the job done. And now
They win this
after
round, they're
that
on for an insane
thrifty
half.
round that they won, to follow it up with a round
Did
like
Lau look good
this,
on Ascent? At least they did look good on Ascent.
Great work from the side of MIBR.
Yeah, very clean. Very, very clean. And I think that will likely continue to be the approach, and that's how you've seen the meta develop on Sunset. Drop the smokes, spam through it. It's like Pearl all over again.
Nightmares of that map. Wonder when that's going to come back around.
Void.
one away from
Void
his ult.
270 with the Prime. Thank you very much, man.
Artine has his.
Thank you for
And
sending
again,
as well, bro.
MIBR exploring the middle of the map here.
Trying to bait out any type of utility. They're waiting for proactivity. They're waiting for a trap to be set for good reason. You see 5 members now of Loud geared up and ready to fight in this middle of the map. Nice little jiggle there from Liazi. Gets info on 2 members trying to fight. That should be the cue to take some
Ooh,
space
Sadak.
on the extremities. That's why you
Sadak
see
is
B main
going
gathered,
for
you
a
see
play.
Pod going up A main. All at the moment. Yeah, this has been the
Why is it
story, by the
so?
way.
Why is it
of even
so
last map.
individual?
Paul
Why does it look
besting
like Loud have
Sadak in
never
the
played
head-to-head
together?
duelist battle. Sadak had what, 4 kills?
Like that right there
Mention
just
two.
looked like
Some of these ults.
that
in
right
the
there just
situation
looked
that
exactly like
They're currently in.
Lotus.
Rich is one away from his ult.
solo
He's gotten
plays the whole
smart
time.
So far up mid here. And the smoke to deny on the other side. He should. Oh, he's going back in for the fight. He had safe
Yeah,
passage
they
out.
get over towards the side.
But instead
Pancada hits
tries
them all,
to
and the
deal
good
with
news
Loud
is
on the other
Pancada
side of smoke.
saved his
And
flash.
falls because of it.
Bad
Paul
news
able
is
to
he's
send
dead.
his shots onto Pancada, cleaning him up. 30 HP. But they've gotten so much of an advantage already.
Yeah, and already 3 members playing out, leaving Paula to his devices. If he can get another kill, he's got a job well done. Oh, I say that. There's a little flank here. Battle of the flanks. Paula cannot connect. Now everyone's smothered
Hey,
into B main.
killing less is very important
They might
here,
be
and
comfortable
Leicester
here. The
staying
problem is they're
alive
kept
is very
so far
important.
away from the defuse. Les is making
What
a
a
lot
shot.
snaps
Oh
on Artine.
my
That's a
God.
ridiculous shot.
Yeah, now this guy over
Disgusting.
towards side
See,
has
it
to
has
try
to
to
go
kill the
forward. You
diffuser
have to
round
deal
1,
with Les. You cannot
spamming
leave
on
him
his
back
own.
here. And
Hey,
Les stays up.
Shout out to
Valentine
Les,
cleans it
shout
up.
out to
The defuse
Cowan's
will
in,
come
like the
through.
2
A
consistents
great
at the
round from
moment for
Loud.
sure.
was
Les did so good
ridiculous
to
from Les
pressure over
and
towards his,
Kawazin.
they couldn't focus on the full spam,
Cleaning up the round.
and he hit, I mean, he
Tui's
hit an
was just
absolute
there
shot.
just for support, cheering his teammates on. Just an extra target to look at. MIBR had full control of this round and just slipped away. This, I wanted to speak about. That was full prep right there. So convinced that Pancada was playing there. But that initial kill, that head-to-head kill onto Artson from Les,
Yeah, that
who
was
was
impressive.
tagged by a Cypher camera.
Yeah.
That was insane. He was so precise on that flick.
Okay, they
And
have
so
a
we're
chance to
tied at 2,
reset
a
the
couple of big
econ.
ults to speak of
Sadak is
here.
going to be
And a
absolutely
little bit of
sending with his
aggression
ult
from Loud. Oftentimes
over
we've seen
towards A.
MIBR
They're going to clear all of
controlling that
this.
area.
They instantly
This time
react
a
to B.
paranoia, the ult
Probably
popped from
not,
Sadak,
because that's what they
and
want them
no
to do.
target given from MIBR. They don't
So
want
they're
to
just
deal
going to
with
wait,
this
and then
early
they're
aggression.
going to
They don't wanna
late
deal
retake
with
map
this fight.
control.
Gecko Eye will be able to be gathered once more for
Think,
Tui, so he
this
will
guy's
have it for the
Dizzy's here,
retake
right? So they have no
on
Gecko
whichever
flash.
site, if need be. That's a very deep smoke. Wonder if MIBR decided to disrespect this. Oh,
Really?
this could be deadly. This is all off the jiggle of Pancata. It's going to connect on the 4 members, but there's a
Oh my
smoke.
god, the damage.
Paula pops his ult. There's no punish.
But look at the time now.
There's still 50 seconds left on the clock. There's still a lot of time
Yeah,
for
I mean,
MIBR to play
they
this
have
out.
this much map
They've done
control.
a really good job of baiting out certain
So
sets of
great at the
utility.
moment, and they called to head over towards B and then Loud
I
insta
think part
stack
of the
over
big
towards
issue here,
B.
too, is
Okay,
that
this
MIBR
was a
don't
great
have
round from
space
Loud.
anywhere on the map. I think that's
Yeah,
the
we've
big
had a
takeaway.
very nice round here.
But with the thrash forward, they turn their attention back towards B.
Only
You've
one
got
gets stunned.
the
Do they
stack
tunnel
from
vision a
Loud.
little
You have
bit?
all of the Cypher utility here.
That's a
Paula
great
gets
tag from the cam.
decapitated through a smoke. The swing up from Coventine is only going to get one, but they managed to get the spike down.
Yeah, and they can just fast flood site,
Artsy on this
insta tap
late
with the
flank
spike to
across
make
the
him
middle
use
of the map.
util.
And again, it's
Man's gonna
another
tank
spam
that.
through Smoke. It's another dump of utility, but Artzine's the only
Yeah, they
one
know
left
this guy
standing.
broke
Snap
door,
on the
and it's
first
not
is
planned
good.
for him.
It's not planned for
Yeah,
him, though.
this
He's
was
gotta get
lovely
active.
for
He's gotta
Loud.
try to take this fight
That's
down.
more
I mean,
of what I
Don't
think
give
about
it to him.
when I think of Loud.
He's gotten it down to the 1v1, but the defuse already
Physical
comes
round.
through.
Again, these retakes of Loud, they're just too strong, too much for MIBR to handle. I thought that MIBR had a good grasp of how to deal with this, but towards this B site so far, last couple of gun rounds, they haven't been able to convert. And the spam game, they're just seeming to lose it. I
This
feel
is a
like
good timeout.
if you're gonna want to plant out, you need to have at least a couple members sitting on a Phantom, not that Vandal where the tracers are easily seen
Right.
and you're able to be spammed back. With the way that MIBR are playing, if they actually did make use of the Phantom, they'd probably be winning a lot of these rounds. It's so weird how something that micro can be the difference maker.
That kill that Les got onto Paula there was so free. I mean, just these spams through the smokes again. You're right. I mean, that probably needs to be part of the conversation here. Is if you know that that's how B's often going to play out, the Phantoms might be the way to go. And so a timeout is called from MIBR. They're just down 1 round here, and they're in this fight. They're in a fight that, I'm gonna be honest with you, Dre, I didn't expect it. I think a lot of people didn't expect it, but MIBR have impressed.
Razor, yeah, he used
I mean,
it
a lot
because
of people
the
out there,
breach
me
or
myself
I
included,
mean, as soon as the
I
breach
thought this
damage
was
comes
gonna
in,
be
he
easy
knows they're
2-0
going to be
for Loud.
holding it.
Especially with
It was
the
a
way
nice
that
Razor, to be
Sadak
honest with you.
was playing Neon in their last
It saved
series
them at
against
least from
EG.
dying.
But I mean, he's doing a little bit better here. So maybe
Yukishi
he is the
480,
deciding
thank you so
factor.
much for
Les
the
has
prime.
stepped up
Thank you for the
big.
2 months.
Kawazin's still doing his thing. From the side of MIBR, Artson, he's been a staple in this attack half so far. Whether it was that Sheriff shot onto Les, his counterpart.
Okay, hero
AB
guns.
to
Do
start
you
that
know the good
turkey
thing
pretty
about that
much.
for Loud as well?
Open up that B site
Just
or his lurks
pretty
in mid,
far
where he's been
away
getting
from a
lot
lot of the big,
value.
well,
Even that
all
last
these
round,
ults,
he
these
killed,
2 ults
what,
are the main ones.
Pancata top mid on the rotate from A.
He's 1 away from his ult, gets the outlaw out.
Very impressive. You just saw a one-way smoke come out from Pancata from B towards A main, but MIBR are already ahead of it. Look at how far up Paula is.
Yeah, Paul has been calling this bluff multiple rounds now, and he has a Vandal there holding all that space. I think they should have a good idea. MIBR should have a good idea that it's the Cypher playing on the A side. It is kind of interesting, though, because Les's utility is so spread. Camera and B main, trip top mid, trip A.
Ooh.
That's a nice pick on a player who's been pretty much being a complete medicine in the middle of the map.
I mean, this is interesting at the
But
moment.
again, the slow creep up. Now Paula taking yet another step.
They're ready. I mean,
forward.
Les is ready for it.
And he's done so quietly this
Ooh,
entire
he just
time.
turned away.
Oh my gosh, if he
Timing?
peeks right now. He's not going to, but my gosh, he would have found a vicious timing.
I really love how patiently he's playing this, though. He's not forcing it. He understands that the space that he has gained and the pressure that he can apply is infinitely
Whoa,
more
hit
valuable.
the
I don't
second
know how
shot.
true he's hit that
That
shot,
was
though.
giant. It was unlucky
That's
from Pala. He
ridiculous.
played pretty well, though.
Oh, so strong.
Liazi tried filling him behind it.
He never knew.
He was greeted by Sadak on the other
No
side.
way.
What a mess this has become.
Oh,
The fall
wait,
line now,
shot,
Rich
bro.
snaps onto Kalamazine anyway.
2v5 at its peak.
Mazine, nothing but a sheriff. Committing to the TP.
Cancels. Should be heard.
Yeah, they definitely had him
Was it?
cancel.
Pancata is the only one who would have heard it. Mazine playing on the other side of the smoke. There's no tap of it yet. Rich on the swing. He's gotten it halfway. It's gotten down to
Oh
1v1.
my god, Chad, they
Rich gets the throw
2v5
on the
them.
round. It's gonna get MIBR
Rich hit
as
some
well.
nice shots.
What was that, a 2v4?
I
2v5.
think so.
Unreal. Cosmetic stun. Rich holding his ground in elbow. It wasn't pretty whatsoever. But man, it worked out perfectly for them. And Mazine even just getting a kill there. Look at this. Couldn't quite connect, and then
Yeah.
he does this.
It was an absolute mess, and then he just stuck the
So
landing at the end.
confident.
It was insane.
Mazine played that really well as well. I mean, the Omen ult could be anywhere. I guess you're right. Maybe they didn't hear him cancel it. And a facepalm from the side of Loud.
Yeah,
Rightly
because
so. That's the
they
second
are so
thrifty.
wrecked money-wise now as well. They got an eco. It's a
Yeah,
good chance for
Paula gets
MIBR to
taken
get the
out
ults
early
up.
on there,
They
but
could
the
even
space that
try
he
and save
gathered
these
to allow
ults for
his
the
team
big
to come
buy rounds.
back
We'll see how
to-
close this
to
one
A,
gets.
That was actually ridiculous.
I mean, it was round defining.
Took both timings.
There's just no other way to put that. This time, there's no early space taken for Paula towards A main. Loud, wise to it. Try to insert Coenzine off of the fault line. They realize they take some
Loud
of the
look.
space back.
The MIBR look good or did Loud look bad?
this
It's
exchange
a
of
solid
utility
mix
here.
of both.
It's been
MIBR have
so
really good
aggressive on
reads at the
both
moment.
sides.
So much utility used from the side of Loud. That should dissuade MIBR from wanting to take any of that space back. Rightly so. Les will be first contact. Doesn't see any players because he was unpeaking at the wrong time. So now MIBR might have a good idea that it's just Les on that B site. They hear the rotations coming out. They're going to cut it.
Coenzine gets caught. Trying to rotate through. Sonic might as well, and he does.
Nicely called around so far from Mazin.
Got
The execution almost flawless.
Ooh,
Artson does
gun.
get taken out, and all of a sudden,
That's a rep. That's a weapon.
See what
That's a
he's got.
rifle upgraded in the hands of Les.
Spike
They get the
planted.
spike down, but it's not planned. I mean, it's
Omen
not planned
shuts
for
the
Loud.
door.
This is really nicely set up from MIBR. Yeah, Les has a weapon, but they're gonna have to be proactive in this if they want to get this round back. The one benefit they have is take a look at Pancada's positioning. But MIBR is so
MIBR
ready
have
for
Paula
it,
Lover
so
and these
wise
strats.
to it.
Oh, they went really hard for this game.
They clean
Yeah,
them
you
up,
can
and that,
tell.
I mean, that should secure the round.
Like even just this one alone, and like some of the
Yeah,
lower
this
stuff
is
as well. Like the amount of
very
times
tough to
they've been
retake against
disrespecting
Les.
this
We'll have
Omen
to
smoke.
go
Like, they have good reasons when they're
here, but
holding
the
it and when they're
crossfire's
not, and
too
what's
much,
going to
and
cause
Rich
them
is
to
looking to
rotate and move off the certain
disrespect.
angles. So
So
they've
is
really read
Paula,
into
the
just like
rookie.
rotates. What do we have to
Paula
do
with
to
three
make
on the
them
round as
rotate and
MIBR
then
take the lead back.
exploit the gap?
Rich and Liaz both
There's been a
carrying
lot
ult
of that
into the next
already, and
round,
we're
too.
only 8 rounds in.
They're set up really nicely.
Simple. Thank you so much for the
Yeah,
prime.
this was great.
Appreciate the
IG
full months.
yelling from Mazin. He saw all the utility in the early
Of course,
round.
dude.
Was
I
able to
appreciate you with
deduct
the
what setup
4 months,
might
man.
be
Thanks for
from
using the
Loud,
prime.
and just that slow creep up mid when they hear the footsteps. That's the affirmation that the calling was correct.
So what do they do with these two ults here? Do they try to NB again? I mean,
Yeah, can't go wrong with going B with Breach, Ultimate, and
Yeah.
Gecko Thrash. You could pick up that Thrash once again.
yeah,
This
you're
might be a punish on the less. You better get out of here really quick.
Yeah, I mean, Visual into
He manages
Breach,
to get past the smoke. Trash
It's
goes
just
down,
paper
clears
X.
the site. Pancada from up
just
top,
loop all
trying
the
to
way
play that
around,
angle
clear
over the
sight,
smoke.
repick this one back up.
Wasn't able to find any success. And they're gonna try to funnel
They're just
out.
gonna
They wanna
hold
take
the
a little bit
hold
more
the
space,
breach
and
or
they
like
managed
this
to
for
do
when
so.
they
Look at
flood
how
in.
far up MIBR back site. Now giving the space back, but Loud have to invest utility.
3
to
people
take that
just play
space.
off the plant.
Oh my goodness.
Another clean snap out from Paula. And the Rolling Thunder, forcing Loud back. Forcing
Dude,
them
Rich
to
is
play
doing pretty
MIBR's way.
great.
As the smokes come through, Loud realize there's no way for them to really get in this.
They're taking the fight to him right now.
Yeah, I mean, it
MIBR
is a
with,
nice,
their
simple
full
round,
steam
but
forward, full confidence
what you need
ahead,
to
and
do
it's
sometimes.
Off the back of the rookies.
Especially when they
That
got
was
the
a
ults.
great entry from Paula early in the round. Rich looking confident in the middle of the site, going back and forth.
Yeah, he
Most of the
won a
round
lot of
they've-
nice,
they've
nice
Went
juice.
towards that B site. They've gotten that spike planted. And it's just been the post plants when they're playing out that they just can't get the spam. This time they decide to play up, take the fight to Loud. When there's no Omen smokes on the field, makes it a little bit easier. No Omen flash that you have to deal with.
That's a fight you expect Pancada to win there, but Paula has just been ridiculous.
He's definitely gotten better as the series has gone on.
On his land debut, no less.
Yeah, and it's his raise. His raise is actually really good. I feel like on Jet, you know, it's one of those characters, especially on Ascent, it can be so hard to play. Sometimes you just can't get anything working. Defensive side is the only highlight for a lot of players that play Jet on that map. But on this raise, we're seeing him use really good utility. His pathing has been good on the entries. Even the solo like lurk timings that he took at A,
Right.
or the solo disrespect through the one way when he was able to get that sheriff headshot onto
Pretty good that
Tui's.
MIBR getting new players
Catching
when they have
Loud
no
off
chance
guard.
of
These are
playoffs.
all good
Yeah,
signs
it's
in a
just
duelist that's up
it's
and
just
coming.
looking into next year.
He really has no fear.
Yeah,
It
he
is
looks
smart.
really
Again, I
comfortable.
criticized a couple of EMEA teams for
I think that was
not
the
doing this.
expectation as we started to hear these rumors of who MIBR was going to pick
Like, you
up
got to
in
get a
between
head
stage
start.
1 and stage
If
2.
if
There were a lot of
anything, you got to look at
questions around these two
Heretics.
names.
Had the best head start
and
last
really
year.
for good reason.
They
but
secured all of the good
Rich
players
has been
before everyone
steady.
else.
He's been solid. He's been fine.
They had
Paul has
Woot
impressed.
pretty much signed before teams had even like finished champs. I'm pretty sure.
Such a
Or
hard
like
role
close to that.
to play
But
against.
that's what
in
you want to
this
be
league.
doing.
Specifically, so many
Get
good
those players
duelist
signed
players.
before really of these teams are even considering
Jajimo,
like changing
Osbas.
players.
To put your name up there
Reformed
with the
Catboy,
greats.
thank you so much with the 13
Something to be
months.
said. And he definitely has something to prove.
You have to feel for QCKs. This is how they're playing without
A
him.
little bit of early
Yeah, I get what you're
from
saying.
Loud, and it's off of a punish too. It's really nice.
They
The
definitely
fault
don't
line
feel
out
like
from
he was the
Kalanzin,
issue.
Sadak takes the space, gets a kill with the stinger, and then gets out.
Yeah. And
Also,
now
I
this
mean,
should
they played
paint
some
the
weird
picture
comps
for
with him.
Loud. Oh no way! I actually don't think that they know you can crouch under that camera. Otherwise, they would have committed onto that.
Sadak has popped his ult. Artsine is playing across the middle of the map. I thought he was going to
There
catch
is
timing
a
and
strong
mark it.
pause with this camera though.
You got to be cautious here. Again, Artsine's in a really good spot. The wall goes up. The spike's still not fully
Dude,
committed.
it feels like when I watch
What was that from
MIBR,
Tui? Just
they know
Oh,
exactly
Bless
where
is no.
everyone is
Bless
going to be
so
playing
caught
for
in
Loud.
Paranoia hit him, but they still haven't cleared it. They haven't gotten out on A
Yeah,
yet. because they have
they're
all the
so
B.
100%
They're going
confident it
back.
rotates.
And again, it was Artsine
Like, look at
who
this.
not
They
only
are
held
so
mid,
sure of
managed
what
to
to
take
do.
market, and now
They
he's
know
gonna be the one
exactly
caught off the
what to do to
rotations.
cause the rotate.
He's in a
Like,
really
this
nice
is a
spot
fraud
here.
masterclass, man.
But I wonder if you expect him to
Yeah,
get
it
active,
literally is no
because
doc.
If he's too patient with it, he's going to botch this whole thing. Manages to get less, tries to get Pancata and does so. 3 on the round for Artsine. As
It is an
MIBR
attack
gets
side
to
of map
6.
though, so they need to
Another great
keep
round
going.
called by Mazin. And Tui's, he got caught just in the open, running through basically screens area here. Off of first blood. that
MIBR's
Sadak,
coach used to be
he's
Loud's
just
coach,
so
yeah.
unaware, no smoke there, maybe it faded.
Yeah.
A miscommunication.
it's
from
personal.
Pancata.
Yeah, nothing to cover elbow, you're right.
Yeah, not letting him know that there's a gap right there. And I feel like right now we're seeing a Loud that is feeling an immense amount of pressure
Monkey Meatloaf, it's insane, right?
on a series that, you know, a lot of teams themselves probably thought was going to be easy breezy.
Again, early aggression out from Loud. They're doing a decent job of setting up Sadak with Kalanzin's utility. We saw it in the previous round. We saw it here as well, and he gets his one, but this time not able to get out.
Yeah, and when you're even numbers, they usually
Yeah,
tend to
duelist for
favor the
duelist.
attacking side when you go 1-for-1 like this. Too many spots to hold. You're kind of spread thin. That's why you see a 1-1-2 right now on the minimap.
Meanwhile, MIBR quietly
Has
heading back
Pancada
towards
been
B,
playing?
quietly heading back towards
So
the
his
one.
his aim's been really
yes,
good,
there's Cypher
but you can
utility
see that he hasn't
and a
spent that
little
much
across
time
the
with the
side,
team,
Bless is
especially if you
close
look
by.
at
Oh
like
my gosh,
the
the late
best
Cypher
example of
ultimate.
it is the Lotus retakes.
And look at this.
Like
Artson on
there's
the
4
minimap. I know
retakes
there's
and
a lot of players
his
geared up
Omen
towards
Flash
B right now,
either
but he's just
doesn't get
taking
used or
all
it
of elbow
goes
control.
like just random
just
flash where
really-
he's
they're
feeling where
giving
they
up A
are
entirely.
when they have like
They have some presence B, but
some kind of
Rich
info
making a
util
lot
that
of
could
noise,
tell
trying
him
to
where they
manipulate
are.
rotation, trying to draw him back
But
into B,
individually,
while
he's
the
kind of
rest
looking
of
good.
MIBR
Team
hits A.
play wise, it
Sadak's
definitely
ready.
shows that
Ready
they
for
haven't been
this.
playing together for too long.
So is Last getting that kill in the mid.
And now they're going to understand where the hit is headed. The paranoia is really nice. Can Artsine swing and punish? No. Dissuaded by the fault line. Dissuaded by the wingman.
Yeah,
So
and there's
awkward
double
right
back
now.
of sight holders.
MIBR, they've met resistance every step of the way here. Every single area of the map they tried exploring was shut by Loud.
This time, Mazin overcooking for sure. But a good read from Sadhak and the rest of the members of Loud to just hold their ground and not give in to running around the map like they did in that previous round, where MIBR basically made them run in circles and closed it out.
That kill that Les got, you mentioned it while it happened. It was a spam through the smoke, but that unlocking the ability for him to ult secured everything. Because up until that point, there was complete paranoia, zero awareness of where they were playing on the other side. It was very nicely done.
It's a tough spot to be in, and they made it work.
Right there.
That early Cypher ult from the side of Artson gave full info on the setup of Loud.
Whoa.
Remember, the fault line has been often coupled with the Neon dashing forward and getting a kill and then getting out. This time, not the case.
They're playing Cypher a bit like a duelist right now.
The walk up of Artson on the opposite side of the map.
Spike dropped.
Multiple players jiggling. You're going to see an Omen Paranoia come out if Artson decides to take a step forward. As this is all happening, the same thing is happening on the other side of the map. A little bit of a
Pop their
body
ult
blow.
early.
MIBR
Picks
can
up
punish this
the
really nicely.
crit.
Understanding they have a timing window. That doesn't connect, but Kellenstein does. What a shot.
I can't believe he sticks around and stays there when there's a raised
Unbelievable.
rocket on the
Picked
board.
up the
Yeah, you
crit.
hear both satchels pop.
Spike planted.
There's a lot of confidence there. And
Oh.
speaking of confidence, Les
no.
recklessly swinging into another. Mazine and Artzine left alone. Les is weak, yeah, sure.
Player standing.
But they're just gonna get picked apart. And a situation just went from bad to worse for Artzine.
How did that bullet hit him?
Somehow managing to get another kill, but
Yeah,
Tunis
and
has
that's
gotten
just a
the defuse
wingman
to
diff again.
75% already.
It's a
He can
lovely
hold this
TP
the
up the
whole
top
way.
as well. Okay, Loud might be getting too many
nice
rounds at the
retake
moment. This
From
was a nice
Loud.
retake, yeah.
Kawazine, that
Last
kill
round
on
in
the
the half.
on the rocket. That's crazy. He stuck around
I
for
feel like
so
Les
long.
played incredible
He was
as
so
well.
confident he was going to hit that shot.
And I love how decisive MIBR were with it. They saw the fault line come out.
He really
At
did.
the very beginning of the round. They knew that Les was close by because they'd seen him, so they understood there's a timing that we need to hit here so that we can get out onto B. It was just Kellenstein hitting that ridiculous shot.
Yeah. I mean, to just stay there when there's a rocket on the field, like imagine if Paula just does a little jump right there looking towards Market.
Yeah,
he's probably going to kill Kawazine.
Yeah, he's dead for sure. So right before we hit the last round of the half, MIBR will call a timeout. And see what
Last
they can
timeout.
Adjust as we tried to close this thing.
To get
the
one
last
extra round.
round
That
of the
normally
attacking side for
shows
them.
that he has
They've
very
looked
good
really
confidence
They've
in
looked very
the
confident. I think a lot of
next
the calling
half.
has been really impressive for MIBR.
It's a
instances
it's a
where, yes,
very
maybe they've
bold
overdone
call.
it,
You also got to
but I think
remember at the
by and
halftime he
large,
can remind
felt like
everyone
Mazine is
about
matching side
all of the
as far as
stuff as
calling
well.
every
He
step
has
of the
like
way.
2 minutes 45 seconds to kind of
he's
remind
called a
everyone
great
about
half
everything
so
to
far.
expect on defense.
And it's really been the battle of the ciphers, and
Yeah.
I feel like Loud these
Broad
last
at least
couple
feels
of
like
rounds have
they have to get
kinda
7.
understood that, and they're not really letting Artson get away with that crazy amount of lurk pressure or finesse that he's been able to do for, you know, those 4 rounds in a row that MIBR ran away with.
Doesn't seem. Oh, actually, Loud might be doing some of this early aggression again. Kellenstein, 4 from Loud, excuse me, currently posted up A, and that's the look right there. As the fault line goes out, Sadak
Ball
dashes in, then
pass and
dashes
take
back
over
out.
towards this. They
But
give
they're able to
breach
get the
ult
orb
as
into
well. Very
Kellenstein's
nice
hands,
for
and now
Loud.
has the Rolling Thunder
Loud came
online.
up with a pretty good
That's why they're
decision from
so
this.
willing to give
Camera
that
may be a
B-side.
little bit
Yeah,
too
Les is
low.
the first point of contact here. He's going to try to get a pop shot and probably get out.
Oh
I
my
didn't think
god,
they pulled
3
the trigger
people
on this
behind
so
it as
fast.
well.
They've hit all
Dude, the
4.
breach ult
Dizzy's
hit
go
4.
up. MIBR falls.
This was a great round
What a
from Loud,
slaughter.
though. Loud really
Across the
came out
middle
on
of the
top
map.
of with this timeout.
Artzine tried buying his time in the cage, tried finding comfort and concealment in it. And it was all for naught. What a strike from Loud. And it was all set up from the
Very nice
beginning
from
of the fault line into
The recovery
orb,
at the end here was
into
great
the
as
most
well.
decisive moment. 6-6 at half.
Yeah,
That
getting
was
the
so
last 2 is
sick.
giant.
Full
It's very
setup
nice
of
for
Les
defense
on
to get
B.
6.
The
Yeah,
moment
I
he
feel
makes
that for sure.
contact in mid, yeah, that is the key to pull that
Yeah, we got a
trigger
big
on that
pistol
breach
coming up,
ultimate
and
and just
Loud's
converge on
undefeated
mid.
on pistols so far.
I thought they were going to play a full retake B setup, but why not take the fight to them? They haven't done it once, really. They tried doing it earlier on in the half, but no one was there. This time, multiple members of MIBR there, and they get punished.
I think there's a lot of question about how much fight there is in MIBR in the face of a hit like that. How do they respond? We'll let the desk answer that.
Well, clearly there's a ton of fight in MIBR as they're currently up right now in this one. But look, we
That's
got
what
to
you trying to do.
address the just as we did for map 2. We got to address it again here. This is some messy gameplay that we're seeing.
It's muddy Valorant.
You know what? I'm not mad about it though. Sometimes you got to get in the mud, get
It's
in the
crazy.
trenches.
Look, we've got insane late rounds. MIBR are running like fakes every single round, but there was some mess here, like popping this breach ult with tons of space from Loud, but they have their own Omen smoke that blocks it off. It was very strange, yet they go on to win the round.
Hey, that was
I mean,
that
it
was
was a
fine.
good call from MIBR. It felt like every round on this attacking side, MIBR was finding the right gap, playing these slow mid rounds, getting into a post-plant situation. But it really came down to if they could win the post plants.
I don't think that
this
was,
an
I don't think
issue
that was a
throughout the
messy
series,
round. I
think.
thought that was
Post
one of.
plants are one of those
I
things
think that was
take
one of
a
the better
while to
loud
drill.
rounds
You
I
have to
saw.
have between your teammates who's peeking what angle.
I kind of think that
and
was the best loud round that I
that's
saw.
what
We don't need to show this.
I'm just saying.
It's not relevant.
I'm just saying, guys. You know,
You admitted you didn't believe it. This would
Cállate, Mimi.
This would be a ridiculous upset. Remember the record for Loud against Brazilian teams: 24-0.
Yeah.
And MIBR have a good half here.
Yeah, a very, very good half for them. But the question is, can they close it out though, Ender?
I genuinely think so. Like, I don't know.
Is there anything that is telling you that they wouldn't be able to?
No rounds make sense, Golden Boy. Like, literally every round, like, even a round they win, like the last one we showed, they're down in a 3v5 and they're winning fights while full stunned on 2 different players. It's silly.
If they were to win here for Loud, I think it would have to be against some of these individuals that have stepped up. Tui's, Cowanzine, those guys in the late round have been electric.
Nobody
for
beats
this team
Brazil
on
25
both maps.
teams in
That's
a
how
row,
they
not
got
even
away
Brazil.
with winning out on
Dude,
the
I didn't realize
set. They
that. I
also
didn't realize they're
have to
still
start strong.
undefeated from
Reyna
Brazilian
Pistol here,
teams.
They got eco to start that first half.
24-0.
Loud has got to step things up if
Yeah.
they want to stay in this game. It's critical for their playoff chances.
Loud have been 24-0 against Brazilian teams, but after this, the streak could be over. Let's send it back over to your casters.
Thank you so much, guys. I want to very quickly draw us back to something Mimi said at the very end there. Getting eco
9
after
ghosts.
winning the pistol was so devastating. And for MIBR, that's been a
5
large
and
part of their
0 for
success. They've had
pistols.
4 so far.
That's
In
ridiculous.
this series,
They're
yeah.
just gonna do the
for
thing where they hold
something
map
like
control.
that to hit
Zin, what are you
potentially
doing?
here
You're out in the
second
open.
half where Loud are fighting for playoff hopes would be devastating. We'll see if MIBR are able to pull something like that off on the
Yeah,
defensive
I didn't
side.
like
So
how
far,
freely he was playing over
Loud
towards
with
side.
the advantage. Sadak getting the opener.
That was quite the opener as well. IGL v IGL. Sadhak just absolutely decimates Mazin. And now you have
And they
full
might
advantage.
even
group
be able
up,
to get double orbs.
hit a site.
And as this goes into a question mark over towards here,
Very,
Long
very
with middle.
fundamental stuff right now.
they
from the
full
side of
pass
Loud.
and stack A, and
Situation ripe for
Loud are
reset.
good for 6 out of 6
Dash back out
pistols.
towards B. Should be able to get the spike down as the trips are
They
cleared.
would
the
pretty much
space
have
is
to
gained.
mess this one up, especially with the B main
The
plan that you can do.
advantage is leaned into it. Seems like it's not getting any better for MIBR. Sadak seems to be coming online, seems to be coming alive.
If he keeps this up, he's making a statement. Oh, he gets dropped down by Liazi, but he did
Okay, it's all about
very
wingman.
good job so far.
I mean, he did his job as a Neon. He gets the 2 kills. He tries to deny some of the space. He forces MIBR back, while the rest of Loud
They
take a
tab the
step
spike
back,
just in
assume
case
the
they have
close
any
line
molly. They
positions, and
realize they
now the
don't have
spin
any
begins.
mollies, and they go for
The tap
wingman
comes through.
defuse. Here we
Hasn't gotten
go.
to half yet as Rich is
Yeah, they
struggling.
insta-mode him.
Oh, it's not gonna
Yeah,
do
they
it, but Loud
insta-mode wingman here.
settle things
Okay,
as
nicely done from
MIBR
Loud,
tried
dude.
to take the
6
fight to them.
out of 6
And the
pistols.
setup was there. Tui's drops the, or excuse
Can't
me,
win a best of
Rich
3.
drops the wingman. MIBR
When that
turned their
happens,
attention to fight towards Loud, and it was
should
just
be
not enough.
it should be impossible.
Yeah, the numbers advantage was 2 in favor of Loud at that moment. Sadhak put his team in a great spot. Oh, that's a crazy kill. This one is even crazier. One taps Artson, who's been phenomenal this map. Even the last map is a big factor of the reason why MIBR won that Lotus. Now, you mentioned it. If Loud let
Right,
this one
they're
slip
allowed 2
away,
deaths.
it would be absolute
We've
disaster.
got double sheriff. Look at the
And this
confidence.
was the guy that opened it up the last
Yeah,
time around.
holy.
Can't connect.
But I mean, he's got the sheriff. He's the one that's
At
about
least
to get
not
him
yet.
picks.
You see how scared Loud are to lose a round like this.
They're gonna have to wait out this one way, and then strike. Meanwhile, Liazi still has his fault line up. So off of contact here, this could be devastating.
3
Also,
people
keep in
here.
mind, Rich is kind of
Contact
joining the fray. You
stun,
see him
swing.
rotating over. There's the fault line, but the stun. Oh, but the
Oh
stun's the other
boy,
way.
Omen
So
flash,
Mazin's able
double
to punish
swing.
Kamazin.
Breach
Sadak
gets
tries to
involved. Breach
dash
will have a
out,
kill
but he's
there.
paranoid.
Oh, 20,
This is really
28,
nice from MIBR.
47
Again, I know there's still a
HP.
lot left to do, but
Holy hell.
this is ugly already.
And numbers in favor right now for MIBR.
I mean, look at the
Raze
health.
made-
Look at the
yeah.
health on the side of Loud.
I was gonna say that.
Dude, they
that
got an
Raze
early
could
camera on
clean
Bs,
up a
put the
lot of
trip
these
down
weak
here.
Players on the side of Loud.
Oh, and
They're gonna
going
get
into the
early
stack.
rotate. They're
And
gonna
there's
have the
full
nade
breach
here.
utility on the board too, and they're running into
Dude,
him.
Liazi has all
This
of his
could be
util.
Actually ridiculous if there's a fit.
Yeah, he can double flash. He's gonna get stun up in time as well. They can
4
stun nade.
members here, 30 seconds left. Not a lot of time to figure it out. Less falls, but Tui's ever the steady hand for Loud.
No, you free your nade like that.
Swings things back their way. Meanwhile, for MIBR, no real opportunity to upgrade a weapon, so they're going to have to stick to their pistols, and it very well might be enough. Sonic falls, 12 seconds left. The spike still not planted, still not committed. Tui's gets 4. Can he clean this up on his own? Pancada's around.
Oh my days,
gets
that
the
was
last. That was
close.
so dangerous.
Shout out to Tui's, bro. The individuals are
Disaster
bailing them
avoided
out.
for Loud. Tui stepping up huge. 13 and 6. That was all him.
He's got official, right?
Pancada, he was too weak to really support that much. He got those 2 entries.
10
And then
seconds
these 2 at the end.
enemy.
Liazi getting a little too anxious, going for that jump peek. I don't know. Sometimes the classic right click,
Move.
it hits. But this time around, not a single bullet connected.
I mean, that had all the makings of a mess.
Right.
But no real time
Yeah,
to think
and
about it, no
he
time to
throws his
dwell.
gun
Wow, what a great job
over
dodging that from Sodhawk. Don't expect mechanics
just to make
like
sure that they
this
can actually
guy.
capitalize on the
Meanwhile,
fish with the
Paula
guns.
satcheling back forward to try to take the fight. Liazi
They go
spamming
to
through
spam
wall,
the
Sonic
fish
down.
and they hit the
Does
guy
all that
behind.
work, ducking and dodging
Incredible.
all this utility, and then he just gets spammed through a smoke. That's the most Valorant stuff I've ever seen.
It might have been on purpose as well, but
He's got the spike
I'd
in hand
have to see a
currently.
replay.
Thought that was going to be a really good breach set piece of utility, but actually doesn't reach far enough to push out Paula into the open. So not
Still an
fearful of
okay
that
round
fight.
for Loud. Question mark created over
Now a
towards
reset
it.
to the round. It
Pretty much
was
holds
B
the
main
3 people
space
here, and the
gathered
Omen that's
while
over
all that
towards
was
B is
happening.
already smoking
Pancada's
for them
really deep
on
into B
A.
main.
Makes
it
the
will be
B
a
hold a
market
little bit
split.
weaker.
Yes. Has an idea that there might be someone
I think you might have
here
messed up
in the
here.
lurking.
Okay.
Mazine managing to get away, avoiding the thrash, staying alive. But he's playing really
He was
far
about to,
back.
he was about to
Meanwhile,
help
our
his
team's
teammate out
kind of by
again.
himself here.
The lean over
Split right
towards
now,
A is
Flash. Oh, he
insane at the
dodges it,
moment.
but he gets dropped
Yeah,
anyway.
and I
left so
think
quick.
MIBR heavy
Now the
leaned
paranoia
A way
being
too
bested by
much,
Pancada
especially
towards
they
spawn.
definitely thought it was going to be
They've
A.
gotten the real estate. They got what they needed here. And now they can take a step back. Now they can play towards their utility. Now they can play
It's
towards
not the
spamming
good
through
plan for B
smokes.
main, so they have to spam
MIBR doing a good
full
job
left,
of
right
taking
of this.
space early on.
I don't know why they've all
quickly,
gone
but
B
this
main. It's a
Raze
lot
nade
up
is
to
not
less,
gonna
and
get
as soon
value,
as
something they
MIBR see
are
this
probably gonna wish
plan
they
and they
had.
realize it's not for B
Once
main,
they identify
they
no
should
one's playing in the
perma
actual
be holding
site.
one
Oh,
watching
I
the
like the way
flank.
Les is going about this. A reflank in towards mid. So while MIBR are focused with trying to deal with the spam through the smokes, Les can strike when the moment's right, or Counting can clean it up on his own. But the defuse came through, they stuck it!
Yeah,
killed
MIBR
at
messed
the
up a
last
little bit here.
second.
This
They
was a nice
almost
round from
stuck
Loud
it.
though, even though they lost the duel
It
over
looked like
towards
they
here.
were
The
about to.
pressure
I
was
mean,
just
that was
so
the
much.
narrowest
And this
margin.
comp,
That was close.
it can't clear any of the question
thought
marks.
that bar was all
Going
the
over
way
towards
full.
here at the beginning of the round
So
makes a lot of
far, Loud,
sense.
on these rounds where they get the spike planted at B, they're able to get the spam, something that MIBR couldn't do on their attacking side that well. So I wonder now if there's a change of pace for Loud. Maybe they play a little bit more aggressive on the next post plant. Yeah, that's so close. That's a pretty big watch party from the side of Loud. Nice job, guys. Good support for the squad. And that is the bonus win. That's a big round to win.
MIBR still have a little bit to bring into this round. Rich has a Guardian, Nazine with a Judge. And that's why you see how he's playing right now. He's a little bit further up, playing on the other side of a one-way, and Pancada gets dropped.
It just feels like these are the hardest rounds
Oh no.
for Loud. I say
That's
that,
so
not
unlucky.
anymore, and they quickly bring the round into their favor.
What a shot, man.
I don't think Rich stopped running. I'm pretty sure he's still swinging. That's just insane. But again, there's still not enough on the other
And I
side.
see them from Les on this one.
Les with three
Yeah,
to
there's a
clean
couple of
things
big
up as
Joes.
Loud
Les
gets
played
to
so
10,
well
and
over towards the A kill.
At this round
MIBR,
that's coming up,
no
I
timeouts
wouldn't be
anymore.
surprised if
They used
there
it
was
at
a
5-6.
Slow down here a little bit here, because for MIBR, this is a must-win round.
Yeah, and some of the rounds have been really close. They're just not going their way right now. The clutch moments are leaning towards Loud. It's been in their favor.
So Loud have been tested, they have been pushed by MIBR. Still searching their first win of stage 1, of stage 2. And just when it seems like they're within striking distance, Loud starts to separate. Starts to create a gap.
I mean, it's been close because of the macro game from both these squads. It's been this back and forth, but now we're seeing the individual prowess and the players of Loud come out on top. They're just on point. Speaking of on point, that one tap was on point.
That's a nice
We
shot.
gotta have a one-tap counter for this guy. He's
That was
came
a
into the
nice
league
shot.
and he's had at least, what, 4 or 5 in this series?
1 bullet, 1 kill. That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
look at the confidence.
So many moments from this guy like this so far already. It's kind of crazy.
Note here, Cohen's 1 point away from his ult. Seems like they're going to try to split. We've got a lot of space mid here. And they can just push into the smoke and continue to go if they want to. Mazine, wise to it, takes a step back.
Yeah, just less slowly and methodically clearing out this market area. They're going to explode off of this trip.
Paul has to be careful. Stunned. Rocket hits it onto Les.
That was sick.
Preemptively pulling the trigger, but not understanding there's another one on the other side.
2v5 at its peak.
2E's.
This guy should go down without
Not
getting another, but
striking.
I
Paul
respect, man.
punishes 3 on the round for
Yeah,
him.
this
What
guy's,
a round from
guy's
this
doing
kid.
great. That was a
close it
very
out.
nice round from him.
Nice connection.
Really
He's
nice
heating
round.
up right now, just in time for MIBR.
And I think part of the conversation we were having earlier was around how it felt like Loud were starting to create separation, and honestly, it was off the backs of their heroes. It was off the back of Les. It was off the back of Cohen's to create this gap, and that's what you would expect out of your stars. But MIBR have a star in the making of their own. That's a big round from Paula.
Yeah, just picking one side or the other this time. Taking these fights, cleaning up the round. Great work from Paula into that.
And that was a must-win round. So for the kid to execute is very impressive.
Convincingly, too. Now, MIBR have a chance to start building up some type of economy.
And we're
But
kind
this
of close
is a
to
very
some moves,
fast
though.
timing in mid from left.
Hansen
He
already
hasn't
has
really
his
been doing
ult.
this.
And dude,
There's a
MIBR
trip
at the
mid. No
moment
response
have
from
been
MIBR.
stacking
You look at the
A
minimap.
so heavy, like they
Not
really
really
want
reacting.
to punish
Meanwhile, the
A
paranoid out towards
early on
B.
in these
Also
buy
note the
rounds.
ults that Loud have.
And Loud just haven't
Very
been
fast
going
set
it,
play.
other than the
Yeah, they don't
anti-eco.
have to invest that breach ultimate. This in the post plant with how they've been already playing them, it's going to be disastrous for MIBR. How do you deal with this? You kind of have to go out with the first layer and not get punished by it. But it's so hard to execute that.
Or just draw it out as early as you can and then reset. The problem is they don't really have enough of the tools of their own to do that.
Yeah, they're taking way too long here. Everything rests on the hands of Paula on this flank.
Oh, he gets caught by the trip.
They have no
Sox
idea
able to
about.
hold the
Okay,
line. Rich will fall. There's the rolling thunder.
I was
that we
gonna
were
say, they have
talking
no
about.
idea about
Sox
this guy
was
in sight.
A little bit too far up. Punished by Mazine. A 3v3 for the round, and now
yeah,
the
that's
spam
just
starts.
a bad map design,
Biazzi,
man.
he's gotten it to half. He's not
Wait.
moving. And
Whoa,
he's-
actually got
oh,
close
Sox
again.
so
Oh my god, he
close.
had to go down to the
Mazine is
classic.
too far out of the play. We've had too many of those.
Yeah, it actually has been a little bit close on them. They win a round, they lose the next. Money's low, like real low. This guy can just about. He can drop his other guy and then buy.
Still had his fault line available. He didn't even have to invest the breach ultimate right away. It's just too much to deal with. And then, yeah, they just fall back on the spam at the end of the day. It's been working for them every single time. Why not?
That's so hard to deal with. If you don't have anything to really disrupt the spam on the other side of the smoke, there's a good chance you're going to lose it.
Okay, it's all on
Unfortunate
this.
way that plays out.
I mean, B-side has been the name of the game all series long for Loud.
Yeah.
This time, there's not too many players of
They have
MIBR
not even gone
to
near A, really.
reciprocate. So that info gathered in B main, it's all for naught for Loud.
Well, he's playing very aggro official.
Now MIBR
Crazy
with
aggro.
Rolling Thunder of
Okay,
their own.
much better.
Rich has his thrash.
He's got to be careful here. He might get punished.
Oh, they've got a little bit of help over the top. Liazzi still has his fault line. As soon as the flash comes up, he knows he has to take a step back. And there are reinforcements. If Loud overcommit to this could be a problem.
Dude, they're pushing middle.
Meanwhile,
Okay, I mean, this is
denial
around
of
the
space from our
this is the
team,
round that
starting to
MIBR's been
creep up
waiting
mid.
for, where they try force over towards A.
He's gonna
But
hear
dude,
all this
look at
commotion.
Artson.
Is Kawazina aware? He is not.
Oh no.
Oh
Only gets
no, he
one, though,
thought he
but it
killed
was
the
right on
second guy. He
target.
already
How
went
did
for the
bolts not
third.
connect? This gives Loud so much more space. They were trapped. But it just wasn't enough. And now the paranoia out towards B, intended to manipulate rotations back that way, while the rest of the spike, while everything else on the side of
Yeah,
Loud goes
and
in.
Rich, gotta make sure that you
All
play
up to Rich
retake.
and
You go
his
official.
devices here.
Don't sit in the middle of the
He's all
site
alone.
like this.
He's got a thrash, but nope.
I mean, nice
Whoa,
shot,
okay.
man. You
That's
still
a
go
great
down though.
kill.
That's a massive start.
Wait, can
If
he
he
get
can
out?
play his life, if he can stay alive, this is big.
Oh my god, it was
Almost
so
converts onto
close.
less.
Now Loud was so much more comfortable in the spot
It's
to
a lot
navigate.
harder to retake this now without the official.
They invest the rolling
Oh,
thunder with 10 seconds
there goes the
left.
spike.
Spike not down. He's got to commit to this here. Is there anything to disrupt? That aftershock looks like it was going to be enough, but
A
it's not.
little bit
2V's
too
falls.
late, but it got him the
They
kill.
managed to get the spike down to 2v2. Mazin and Liazi have to go forward. Pancada falls left
Oh,
alone.
not this guy though.
70 HP. The swing
Ooh,
from
nice
Liazi
shots,
is
man.
beautiful.
Nice shots. Okay, they just stay alive. Money's still low, like 3k on top of this.
From Liazi right there.
These two are still going to get a little bit
Mazin
wrecked
as well on the
money-wise.
retake,
Gotta
coming
buy
through
like
lane,
Guardian Bulldog
getting that
or
one
something.
tap on the first player and elbow. Great work. But honestly, Rich, look at this second shot. The crosshair's right on the head. It just doesn't connect because Tui's turns his head a centimeter. But yeah, a must-round win, and they get it. They're still in it right now. That was a one tap as well from Mazin.
Love a good fraud pop off after
Yeah,
a round.
man,
And all
you
of a sudden,
can tell
the
how
ult
bad he
economy
wants
is
it.
in favor of MIBR.
They've navigated the toughest part of closing this out, is getting past all those ults you just mentioned. You're absolutely right. And so now MIBR with that advantage, Paula falling in a duel that has often gone the way of the new kid.
Yeah, and that's a duel that he's been willing to take all half long.
And with the camera, they
This
worked
time
out there's
Sada,
two people
he's-
here.
He's ready
so
to punish
it makes
it.
it an
And
easy
it's
call.
gonna
They
be an
insta-send
speed
it.
up B. Every single time they've gone B, they've converted the post plant. Artson has to come up huge here. He has to make something out of nothing.
I think the big difference here,
Just
though, is that Rich has
tanking
his ult. They
bullets.
have something to disrupt the post plant. They have something to disrupt the spam, but if they all crumble before they even get to that point, it's not going to matter. And now the Thrash is used from
Whoa,
so far
official.
back. Artsine falls.
Yo, that's the 2v5 this, and you would imagine that Les has it secured.
Play here. It seemed like they had an advantage. They had the conditions to make something of this.
Oh, I can't believe they put the official into it.
And they fall apart. Loud
3v5.
gets the series point.
Okay, 4
Saying
chances.
it was Artson that had to
Wow.
make a play there. Instead, it was Mazin who wanted to take things into his own hands, but he drops before that Thrash is able to come. And all of a sudden, just like that, Louder on match point, and you don't have a Thrash to work with. That was such an early peak from Mazin. He went way too early. And these post plants from Loud, this time they played way more in. That's the change. They didn't all play out. So maybe that's why Mazin jumped the gun a little too early. He was so used to it just being Sadhak on site alone.
Being free space.
So many micro things that Loud, they're able to change because of their repertoire.
And now look at the buy for MIBR, man. It's abysmal. But again, 4 thrifties throughout the series. Maybe another here.
That would be ridiculous.
The most pivotal, the most important. They have 3 members of Loud who have already crept up towards mid. The spike's not even currently at hand. If they can create enough space, it's scooped up by Pancada, and then they can end wherever they want.
Yeah, but they're doing a great job of keeping 3 players. Hey, I guess they're going to rewalk it anyway.
Les has already gotten ahead of the smoke.
Oh
Rich
boy.
has to be careful.
Ooh.
He connects. Now they slow down.
These rounds for Loud,
And they
they
omen
get so
flash to
dicey,
push him
they get so
behind the smoke.
shaky.
They lost,
They have to leave Sadak here, or else it's a
they
weapon
lost
upgrade.
track of middle at one point. They're checking if there was a timing by clearing out
So he
spawn.
puts the wall up, draws enough attention to at least have a couple members here. But look at MIBR, they're a step ahead of this. Liazi's already out, Paula's already out.
In?
And that paranoia is going to confirm their suspicions. They were right about their guess.
30
The
seconds
spike
left.
is headed B.
I feel like if they allow this spike to be planted, though, it's not going to do them any type of favor. The double flash play, it connects, but doesn't.
They
They
definitely
haven't
spoke
committed
a
to
little
the
bit
spike
about
yet.
not letting this plant go down because they have
Two
not
is
been
on the
winning
tap. Falling comes through. 13 seconds left. Numbers the
the
way of
retakes in the
MIBR, but
afterplant.
control the way of
10
Loud.
seconds left.
Not committing every single flash.
God, they had
attempting
so
to be
much
turned
detail
as
for
Mazin
this.
has gotten a couple. The satchel
All right,
out from
4
Paula,
chances
and
to
that's
3.
another round. The way of MIBR. It might not have been a traditional thrifty, but the outcome is the same.
Oh my goodness. MIBR and these thrifties, the mechanical talent on this team, it's definitely showing. So
Yeah, that
many
Bu-
good
that
soft-
Bucky
good-
kill at the
good
beginning
things
was
to
really
see
big.
From MIBR right now.
3rd eco of the map.
Bro, this Bucky shot was ridiculous. This I understand. It makes sense.
Yeah, this is a mess.
MIBR was ahead
Yep.
in that aspect, but that Bucky entry from Rich, That was truly it.
And again, we've got to give credit to Mazine there on the calling because Sadok's wall goes up A. They understand there's some pressure, but they rotated away ahead of
my
it.
God,
Now
did
our
they check
team's
him?
already fallen. But look at Paul's position. One, not able to find a second.
Oh, I think that's it.
And so now Loud can venture forth towards B with confidence. With
Sadak,
numbers
28
advantage again, but is this
HP,
something they let
absolutely
slip?
sends it. Brings it down to a
A
3v3.
3v3 now, the spike planted. And again, no big ult to cause chaos.
Joe.
It's really just in the hands of Mazine.
They're a good
Can he
off
get the
angle
best of
from
2E's
Tui's.
here. 2E's who's been electric all series. Patiently waiting with Crosshair trained. It's heavy. The bullet goes just a bit wide. And now the paranoia out. A thrash in his face. It's got to connect here. and
Ah,
it
it's
does.
unlucky.
That's
He
gonna be
wanted
the
to
end
try
of
and get around the
Mazine as
corner
Rich
for
has
the
gotten it to
stun.
half.
The fish just got him.
Rich and Liazzi do it
They
on
got it
their
half,
own.
by the way, with Wingman.
There's just not enough. There's not enough room for them to breathe. There's not enough space for them to sit comfortably on this. It's gotten down to 1. Liazzi's gotten 3 on the round. There's just not enough time.
Oh,
They played
okay.
it
Hey,
beautifully.
MIBR gave this a good
They
shot. They gave it a good
They
shot.
stuck to their
No
guns.
pistols, bit of a nightmare.
25-0. As the Kings of Brazil
I would have some
stand
stuff to
tall.
work on for sure.
And that was hard fought.
Yeah, that was a battle for
MIBR,
them.
they were no slouch today.